What's up, my fellow unicorns and wolves? Yes, I'm gonna start every video with that line. Fuck. Sorry, just my binder being one of my binders being a bitch. Alright, so today I am gonna be making a video on polyamory and the questions that that people who are polyamory get asked. And yes, I am, for the most part, polyamory. I mean, like, I'm kind of monogamous, but for the most part, I'm polyamory. Alright, so the first question that polyamory people are typically asked is, or probably usually almost always asked, is what is polyamory? Polyamory refers to romantic love with more than one person, so it's an open relationship, mainly romantic relationships with more than one person, of course. With honesty, ethics, and with the full knowledge and consent of all involved. It often involves multiple long-term committed relationships, either separately or together. Sorry, I probably sound like shit. It's just that I have a lot of shit in my throat. A bit of shit in my throat still. Have since Sunday morning when I woke up, and I've been a bit stuffy. I refuse to believe I'm sick, so don't fucking say I'm sick. Like, some examples would be, like, open. Well, actually, you wouldn't know. Fuck that one, because that's technically what polyamory is. But, the thing is, according to lovemore.com, it's committed open relationship or open marriage, even though open marriage is what everyone who should know what that is knows that that polygamy is open marriage, not polyamory. And that it's usually, like, not always, but sometimes it's usually Mormons who are polygamists. Even, at least they used to be. I don't know if they still are. There's also polyfidelity, where 3 or more people are having a close relationship with each other, and nobody else can get involved romantically / sexually with any of them outside of the group, the 3 or maybe more group. The next question is, what's the point of polyamory? Sex with lots of people? No, that's actually hypersexual, where, yeah, hypersexual is lots of sex with people. Whether it be one person or multiple. Polyamory is, the point of polyamory is really the more love, romance, intimacy, and affection part is really the more love, romance, intimacy, and affection thing than more, at least more than sexual part of it. With more than one person, openly and ethically by mutual agreements with all involved. Polyamory is about sex to the same degree that any romantic relationship is about sex. For some, sex is a driving factor in those relationships, even the sexual relationships. For others, romance and emotional or spiritual connection is more important than sex. Because the thing is, the term polyamorous means the focus is on loving relationships, not sexual. Even though sex is part of it, can be part of it. Is polyamory a fancy word for cheating? No. Because cheating involves deception and violation of an agreement between two people. The point of polyamory is not, well, usually between two people. But the point of polyamory is not secrecy, but openness, communication, acting with caring and integrity, and sharing the love. Most poly people agree with their partners to make certain boundaries, like things they will or will not do, and to communicate and to be honest, to honestly communicate honestly about who they're involved with. It's about disclosure, trust, and respect. If cheating happens in a polyamorous relationship, sometimes it does. Like, sometimes cheating does happen in a polyamorous relationship. It usually involves the same violations of trust and agreements, and the same likely dire consequences as cheating in a monogamous relationship. What's the difference between polyamory and swinging? The thing is, poly is focused on loving relationships with the emphasis on connection and relationship building. Swinging is more about recreational sex. Swinging usually involves a couple going together to a swing club or swing party to hook up with others strictly for sex. Oh, fuck. Alright. Yeah. Are polyamory people really just afraid of commitment? No. It's not that. Because the thing is, being polyamorous takes a shit ton of commitment if it's going to work long term for a lot of people. Because it requires a commitment to honesty, to sexual safety. Facing one's own insecurities, to making difficult sacrifices when necessary, to the difficulty of standing up for oneself when necessary, and a willingness to be with a partner through some very strong emotions. I hate this. Next question. Can you have real intimacy in polyamorous relationships? Some actually feel they can find deeper intimacy in polyamory as they explore the deep emotions, challenges, and joys in their polyamorous relating. For many, the necessary level of honesty, self-knowledge, and sensitivity to their partner's deepest desires bring more intimacy than they ever experienced in monogamy. Usually. At least for some people. Next question. Do people involved in polyamory, bring lovers right home until while their partner is there. Some do, some don't. Not all people involved in a polyamory relationship do, but some do. Because some enjoy the connection and companionship of everyone hanging out together. Others just prefer not to hang out with a partner and his or her other lover. But the basic rule is that everyone has to communicate well enough to work out what works best for them. Jesus Christ! Ugh! Oh my god. Does everyone in a poly relationship have sex with each other? No, not all. Not everyone. Not all do. Like, some do, some don't. Like, some for triads or quads, like tight-knit groups of 3, 4, or even more, sharing the love and connection all around. Do you have to be bisexual? No, you fucking don't have to be bisexual to even have very close relationships with a group of lovers. How do you like, sometimes it's like some poly relationships involve both males and females. Some poly relationships involve people regardless of gender identity. Some are just males, or at least male identified people, or some involved, or even people who were born biologically male and don't identify as a trans woman, but identify as some part of the, like, usually partially part male and something else, or even an agender male. Oh my god, this fucking sucks. And there are even polyamorous relationships where it's just women, female identified people, or even agender women. What do you want? Sorry. Alright, next question. How do you have time for more than one relationship? It can be tough because they're, like, usually if you have a kid, a job, and other obligations, it can put some time stress on one relationship, let alone even 2 or more. I don't care. But a definitely needed skill in polyamory is time management. Alright, next question. Is polyamory an innate orientation? I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck innate means. Yeah, I don't know what innate means, so I can't necessarily answer that question. Are polyamorous people simply promiscuous? No. Like, it just depends on your definition of promiscuous. Like, if it means having many sexual partners, yeah, for some poly people. Because some, like, poly people do have many sexual partners. Alright. Do polyamorous people get jealous? Many do feel and deal with jealousy. However, unlike the mainstream norm, polys tend to see jealousy as something to master rather than be mastered by, oh my god, this is pissing me off. Like, some people who are poly are just a low key, like, low jealousy by nature, which makes them kind of pretty lucky. Others usually find that they have no jealousy in one situation, but get blindsided by it in another. Like, in some situations, for most poly people, like in one or more, even some situations for some poly people, no, they have no jealousy in some situations, but can get blindsided by it in another. What about AIDS and other STIs? Protection. Try and use protection. But if it's like a mouth kind of thing, I don't know what to tell you about. Just try and be safe. I don't know exactly how to answer that question, because yeah, AIDS and even any STIs or /STDs can affect polyamorous people, but yeah, just try and be protected. Like, if it's down there, yeah, definitely be protected. If it's like in the mouth area, try as hard as you would down here to be protected. Yeah. Alright. Well, I guess I'm gonna do this video, part 2 of this video, because there apparently is a lot of questions that people ask like to ask about people who are polyamorous. And plus, I also just kind of want to watch TV and relax before I go to one of my youth groups tonight. So, peace the fuck out.